Yes, yes. The boys are back after some pre-show. What were we just doing? How we describe that? Technical
Yeah.
improvements.
Well, as we
They're
were
prob-
talking about,
They're probably
trying some new
listening, going,
things.
improvements. This sounds like shit.
Write us
What
at
do you think about that,
KOTBoxing@gmail.com and let us know if we sound better.
Do
Can you
not
hear me if I
shoot
talk
the
very
messenger, please.
If I
I am
talk
the
very
messenger.
close to the microphone.
This is Knock 'em Out the Box, episode 202.
202 en sap.
My name is Vinnie Paz. I'm here with my co-host, with the co-most, the Mr. Majestic Left, Right, Left Kid, Mr. Brendan Long. What's the word, Bana?
What up? I'm in stereo.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
you
saying?
are.
That's what we just did.
Also, oh, right. You're right. Also with us is producer extraordinaire, or so he thinks. Either Bill Yuns or Bindle Sticks, depending where he's up. He's up, Knockies.
We had
He's
a
up,
good weekend.
Billy. And the fucking nerve of this fucking Long. Yeah, you're a mush. I'm like,
You
how
are.
can someone be a
Kid picked the
mush
big winner.
when they gave two winners?
You just gave the distance, all right? Number one. Number two, it's on video on here saying that Cruz was going to beat the shit
Mm-hmm.
out of, whatchamacallit?
Mm-hmm.
The fuck am I doing?
Raymond
Muratalla.
Muratalla.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
sorry.
believe we had a little social media clip of that.
That's what I'm
sequence
saying.
as well.
The clip is there. The video's there. The proof is there. A lot of people don't believe video these days. Not saying
Is
anybody
that true? There's a lot of
I'm
people
not
don't
saying
believe
anybody
video.
on this panel, but what we're seeing in the nation, we watch things happen right in front of us. They go, nah, that's not what happened. Something else happened.
Wow.
Getting political on the show.
Very
Wow.
current event.
I am very current event. I'm current event Brendo.
Well, that's gonna be important moving forward, I think.
Current event Brendo. Should I get a little Kent Brockman?
Yeah.
Bill, do you know who Kent Brockman is?
You'll be Ken Brockman. I'll be who was
Remember when they did
I'm you might know me from
from
such-
South Park, you mean?
no, from Simpsons. You might
Oh,
it
Troy
was Born
McClure.
Apartment. Yeah, I'll be
Troy
Troy
McClure.
Troy
Yeah.
McClure. Kent Brockman, remember he started out as I'm Kenny Brockelstein.
Uh-huh.
Before he changed his name. he
Yeah,
was
they
Kenny
show
Brockelstein.
they show him as a young Jewish guy, and then
in the
It's
70s.
amazing.
yeah, and
Is
then he
Kenny
changes it.
Brockelstein.
Uh-huh.
I just did, that thing that you sent me is brilliant. Hank Azaria on doing all the voices,
Yes.
reading Trump quotes in all of his Simpsons.
He
voices.
was on with Neil Brennan, who
Neil Brennan.
Neil Brennan is an unheralded, in my opinion, genius for all the work he did with Chappelle. Chappelle will
general,
tell you, it's
yeah.
not like covered up. You know what I mean?
No. Do you ever listen to that
but
podcast? Blocks.
all of the Chappelle stuff. No, but all the Chappelle show stuff was Dave and this guy Neil Brennan.
Oh yeah. So
In
Brennan,
terms of the
he also
brilliance of
wrote.
it. And
Yeah, but he also wrote. Why is my brain not working today? I feel like I'm fucking. What is the weed movie? Chappelle's.
in a fog.
Yeah.
Oh, Half Baked. All right. So as far as news, we talked about this right after we recorded last week. I was hoping it was some sort of pump fake. Apparently it's not. Deontay Wilder versus Derek Chisora is now being finalized for April 4th in London. Look, I said to you, Brendan, that Shelley Finkel had said something along the lines of, I don't know where this Usyk stuff is coming from. We haven't
Came
heard a
from
word.
Usyk. I think that's where it came from.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean anything.
Right. No, but I think that they said, like, who do you want to fight? And he said, Bronze Bomber. Deontay Wilder. And then he probably was telling his people, make the fight. And who knows what they offered Bronze Bomber. But again, we said it's probably not a great fight for Deontay Wilder. Granted, it is a title shot. Or is there a flip side of this where Wilder Chisora happens under what banner? Wilder's not with PBC anymore.
Right.
So who picks up that fight? Is that going to be like a Zuffa thing? Are they going to jump on it?
I already the name was so unfamiliar to me that I didn't even put it in the news thing because it was going to lead down to me going, B, did you ever hear of it, blah, blah, blah? And then I was just both going, huh?
Okay.
But it's no one we've ever heard of. It began with an R, and I didn't even put it in the. I mean, I guess if you can go on Twitter right now,
but it's not like one of the big four.
No.
And it's not Queensberry or
Matchroom or none of that. I guess if you want to type in Wilder Chisora, maybe it'll come up on Twitter while I'm reading this. If you want to,
I feel like we're seeing these smaller promoters trying to fill the void of like top ranked PBC sort of going away, you know.
Everyone's taking their shot, B. The problem comes in with what we saw with the card of Subriel Matias and you and I going, all right, it's fresh promotions. We figured out it was Juan Yorango.
Right.
And it was like a $60 pay-per-view. It's like we're not mad that people are trying to jump in, but everyone thinks boxing is rap. I'll just do this. I can just do this. I can just do a label.
So that was
remember that thing, that run of everyone having a label?
Everybody had a label.
Or everyone had a clothing thing.
Outcast clothes.
I mean? Even if they got a bunch of money for it up front. You know what I mean? It was just like everyone had this.
Well, I remember that era, right? So that was the era of like, remember like it's the tail end of like Iceberg, Fat Farm, you know, Aniche, and then it was like those Mecca, those like faded, and then like, and then it was like Outcast clothing, Rockefeller clothing, and then like you'd go to like you'd see like in the window of Burlington Coat Factory like 2 months later,
TJ Maxx,
all that shit was in there.
Yeah, I mean, my guess is that it still is. And you and I have made jokes like when we're clowning someone, like, yo, that guy wears blank, and we come up with one of those things. Because there's like,
I mean, I had Fat Farm, I had Mecca,
bro,
I had a Nietzsche.
Fat Farm was like elite, but 197 years ago. By the time it was like popping, that's when you're into Malibu's Most Wanted.
Yes,
and
Shady Limited.
Yeah, and that's what you would like. Eminem's the worst dressed human, not the worst dressed rapper, like worst dressed human ever.
Bro.
What maniac was like, let's give this guy a clothing line.
Also, and it was on in the barbershop the other day because they play this old, it's an MTV streaming, like almost bootleg channel, just called MTV Hits. Okay. And it just plays, and second, you could say second most, worst most, whatever you want to call it, but the Saint Lunatics, the Pits. Like they had multiple clothing lines, I think, and it was bad.
Like, look, we're not going off the rails here, guys. We're drawing the correlation between success and this view that, hey, we can do this. It's like B and I being like, yo, Russell Simmons did it, so we can. Like, we're Russell Simmons. Russell did Fat Farm and blah blah blah, and
then whatever he did with it. They sold it, whatever he did. I think
that's what I'm saying. Like Dame sold his Rockaware steaks or something, and then remember he had like the deal with Keds for kicks.
Yes.
Like they gave him a ton of money, so we can. Right. To me, it's more your goof.
Well, I think
than if you do the deal.
I think that Outkast. Well, I mean, Method Man famously was like, "Yo, I never would ever wear shit."
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say, remember Johnny Blaze, the clothing?
Yes. Was he just a model for that?
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
You know, and
it was like, remember, like the Willie Esco, like Nas was like, let me just clear a few things up. Like, it's not my company. They're paying me to wear the shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Guys, don't think it's that much of a stretch from what's going on here with these little companies picking up fights. Where you're like, yo,
let's give the example. The BLK Prime or Black Prime, whatever it was.
Yeah, I don't know what
paid Crawford. Everyone's like, oh, look at this. He fought on Black Prime or whatever. It's like, they paid him a bag. He fought once. And
it's never the person involved. You don't get mad at Outkast or clown them. Someone gave them a bag. You mock the dude. Where's the Outkast?
I read an interview, it's like a million years ago. 25 years ago. And they're like, we made more money off this deal than all of our record sales combined and tours. Putting out a clothing line that wound up in Burlington Factory in like a month. You know what I mean? Like we made more money off of this deal because the fashion was crazy then. Don't forget it was Sean, all that shit. Sean John.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah,
it's
wild.
like, and we've talked on air about, oh man, they were still doing Friday night fights on ESPN, but there was this run of time, guys. You might remember, you know, you might be younger than us and not remember, where everyone had blank promotions. You know, someone threw a ton of money at Mike, and it was Iron Mike or Mike Tyson Promotions, and you know, and they had
there was always
three cards.
It's so expensive to do that stuff that these guys. I think they're
and the
like
naivete of the people that get into it. Now that fresh one thing we don't.
They've been around.
Right? That's what I'm saying. We don't. Juan Durango knows this sport. He could be doing shows in Latin America that do well.
This is the first time they were the lead promoter on a high-profile fight.
Right.
I went back and looked, and there's Subriel Matias, like in-house promoter. Like that's who promotes him. He sticks with them, and then typically like they're the secondary promoter on the show. So it's like a service agreement that someone pays Fresh Promotions to have Subriel Matias fight. You know, like when he fought Liam Paro, right?
Sure.
So Matchroom pays Fresh to like lease Matias.
Right. Like a couple of other kids from the island. Like I think Collazo, who's in our top 10, Oscar Collazo, is like with Miguel Cotto Promotions, but he was with Bob at one point, so it's like through Top Rank.
No, who is he with? He is. Who is he promoted by? He actually has like a promoter.
Well, I think he's viewed as a Top Rank guy. But
no, I think it's some. Hold on, Vin. Let me look it up. All right,
Then if not, it's Miguel Cotto he has like a couple guys.
No, it's Golden Boy. He's with Golden Boy.
Okay,
Golden
Miguel
Boy
Cotto
and Cotto.
has Miguel Cotto Promotions.
It's Golden Boy. It's Golden Boy. Like he's on the Golden Boy website. Collazo.
Right.
And it's Cotto is with Miguel Cotto. And then it's the additional, I'm reading now, additional management from De Leon Management and a marketing deal with Rimas Sports. He's a recognized premier fighter under the Golden Boy banner on DAZN. That's a lot of people with hands in his pockets.
A lot of cooks in the kitchen, B.
Well, what was the a few years ago, remember like that promoter came out of nowhere, like we're actually Canelo's promoter, and it was like they were like his promoter for like his first like 15 fights or whatever. Then they came out of the woodwork. There was a lawsuit. I believe I think it got settled.
I actually I had forgot about it, but now that you brought it up,
yeah, there was like we're his promoter. He can't fight anymore, and it was like what?
Real quick because I looked it up. So Frank Warren and Queensberry is saying, because they have Chisora, right? They have Del Boy. They're like, nah, you can't do like any of this without us. But they are not doing the fight.
Oh, they're not doing the fight.
No, but they're like, we're not doing it, but you can't do it to this company that I'm trying to find.
Got you.
Unfortunately, I'm scrolling and scrolling and scrolling.
Bill, can you find that for us and see if you can find, and then just let us know who that is?
I can't. It's that Sauerland.
Oh.
Kalla.
Yeah.
Is it Cali? Or
it's Cali Sauerland, yeah. That's who's going to do the fight?
And Wasserman Boxing.
So
under the Misfits Pro thing. Now, is that all those idiots that are like the Paul brothers, but over there? Like KSI and all those people?
So Misfits is like it's a hodgepodge of, yes, like I think like the Andrew Tate thing was on, but there's some boxers that fight under that banner. Usually a little older. But Cali Sauerland is, I mean, they were a huge promoter. It was like Arthur Abraham's promoter. They, I believe, were either bought out or partnered with Wasserman. We talked about them, I think, last week. A lot of the Armenian guys, Ajit Kaibayel is promoted by them.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, when you see, have you ever seen? You never seen Cali Sauerland, like the son? He's the joke is he's allegedly on a little booger sugar.
Was he in the ring after the
He's
Adject
always
fight
in the ring.
Germany?
And his eyes are like,
yeah, he's wacky. That guy's wacky.
Yeah, and he's always
Okay,
like,
all right.
like, yeah.
I know who he is. I knew the name, but what I mean is like, I didn't know it was through that Misfits thing, and I know that they have
so that
good
Misfits,
scam thing going. It's very
it edges
borders
like a
on
tough
carny
guy
to me.
It's certainly like the way that it's presented. I think it's even presented as like a tough guy's thing, more like a tough man's competition. But I think it's gotten enough bankrolled enough where they can get real boxers to do it. So I guess that's interesting.
I see. Because if they were the thing here is, do we think we always talk about this, man, all the time on the show? Like Wilder going over there and fighting Del Boy, like, is that a big deal? Could someone tell us? Write us in.
I think.
Adam.
Well, hey Ben, what about this?
Our
so
buddy Adam.
Again, back to our stakes.
Yeah.
Right? What are the stakes?
Yeah.
Now, is nostalgia and posterity a stake? Right? Like two warriors, right? I mean, say what you will about Wilder. He's got heart.
Of course.
He gets up. He's got a rocket launcher right hand.
Yes.
And Chisora is just a guy who for 20 years now has kind of just been there. Right? Like he's just there. Always in the mix, always a name. We talk about him more than guys who are holding belts sometimes. That and guess who might be in contention for this fight?
There's two people who has become like a nudge, wink, wink on this show. And Del Boy's one of them, and Jarrell Big Baby Miller's the other one. Yo, this guy's fighting again.
Right.
Stakes. Look, in this division, I believe that the stakes are, the best fighter on the planet is calling one of these people out.
Correct.
And he's not taking the fight. I can't see the winner, if they so choose, not being able to get a big fight at heavyweight.
Sure.
And we keep reiterating that, hey, we've always, from off rip, when he went to heavyweight, Usyk was no spring chicken. But now he's like factually saying, yo, I have this much time left, whether it's a time period or a number of fights, whatever comes first. You know what I mean? Is it 2 more years in lineal time, is it doing 2 more fights?
He's doing the thing though, where he's like in movies, right? I think, speaking of like promotional companies, I think he has a promotional company.
Yeah, of course.
He's got a training, right? They're building like training facilities.
He's right as we speak. He's like in camp with a real fucking like team, like footy team right now. Like a real Euro.
I was just gonna say
team.
He's playing soccer because that's his passion.
Yeah,
it's soccer. He started out as a soccer player.
Yeah.
So we're getting into the territory of like, in American football, I believe it was like Tony Romo towards the end of his career is like, I'm gonna try to get on the PGA Tour.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a really good golfer.
And so is Canelo.
Right.
I didn't mean the tour part. I meant that he's really good. You know what I mean?
Really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So was Cotto.
PGA.
I think Cotto was a really
Is he?
good golfer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember he was in the prime fighting, really actually just stepping into his prime. And they did a whole promo. He went and played like 18 holes with Chichi Rodriguez.
Oh, that's dope.
And Chichi Rodriguez like, this is our guy. This is our next guy.
Right. Yeah, I saw Canelo playing with Steph Curry.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, they're both good. You know what I mean?
Steph Curry's probably one of those dudes that's good at every sport.
Yeah, everything he does.
He's such a good athlete.
Yeah. Yeah. So guys, I don't know, we doubled down, Brendan and I, with everything we discuss, we want to take it to the same place. Guys, what are the stakes?
Right.
I look, because of the division and the way it's always been, I'm not going to pretend like it's a new thing. This isn't 154 where it's 2 fringe guys that you go, well, I don't know, they beat the shit out of each other. Is anyone at 154 going to want any of that? They're just going to dog walk them. You know what I mean? That's those stacked divisions. But the guys that are a bit younger, need scalps. So, like, you mean to tell me whoever wins this, if it's not Usyk, right? Right? Let's just assume that for a second, that Italma, Dubois, like these guys aren't, they're young, they're strong. Even though Dubois' losses, that those guys aren't looking for name scalps rather than,
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I think the winner is going to be rewarded. But so what is that called with stake? So it is stakes. Are they stakes that you and or I care about? Can they bother with, can either one of these guys get in there and give a fight to anyone in the top 10?
No.
Right. So that
in the top 10?
The lower half?
Yeah. I mean, it is
the top
heavyweight.
5, look, I don't think he's going to retire. What my opinion, it means nothing on what he should do. I don't think AJ is going to retire. I just don't, from what Eddie said. Just give him time. Give him time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But this is his passion. So Usyk's around, but he's going to be out soon. Dubois, Italma, the other young kid that I think is better than Italma, but I can't remember his name right now. The
Woodley?
other kid, no, he's young. I think he's just 18 years old. Wardley, yes, is there. Joseph Parker's going to come back. Is Jai Apatai going to go up top? We think he is. Can he beat any of these people? So we're up to 5 or 6 names, and my answer is no. Those 6. So can maybe they knock off someone in the bottom 10? Maybe?
Yeah, F.A. Ajagba or
yeah. Frank Sanchez, Baba Booey, Richard Torres, a guy maybe. That's in the news. So all right, Jose Rayo Valenzuela will face Diego Torres on Friday, February 1st at Zuffa Boxing's second event in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Look, guys, if we're talking about stakes,
weekend.
That's
did we talk about we did, right? We talked about Zuffa signing Jai Opetaia last week, right?
Did we? There was because we discussed what do we think he's going to do then? Do we think he's going to go
and then
up to
it came out a couple whatever after we recorded that they said so now after they said they'll ignore the rest of the belts, they then said he'll unify. So guys, this is like a work in progress. We talked about it last week, and then Paulie Malignaggi spoke about it on Boxing Scene, or not Boxing. I'm sorry, Pro Box. They do a show that they talk about on Boxing Scene because Pro Box owns Boxing Scene. That when he was in Australia, he heard that Opetaia is making literal peanuts per fight, to the tune of like $150,000 a fight, which we throw insane numbers that guys turn down on this show. So can you imagine one of the 25 best fighters in the world, Opetaia, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's obviously not in our pound for pound top 10.
Yeah,
but he
might be top 15 even.
He's the man in a division.
Yep.
Making a pauper for a fighter, a pauper salary. So again, this is where it matters. We're not sitting here pocket watching. It's not what boxing analysts are doing. It's not what boxing pundits are doing. It's not what 2 podcast hosts who you listen to, and we're grateful for on a weekly basis, are doing. What we're doing is seeing who they can exploit, why and how.
Mm-hmm. And now, comparatively how it works. When you go,
and now if they offer Opetaia a couple million a fight,
right,
and say he can unify, and he gets to train at these great facilities and gets this nutrition and all this other stuff that's from what I understand, it is akin to like an NFL
camp.
Like
facility. Yeah. Which is next level. And
these guys are used to training in a pillbox gym where, the nutrition is done at home. Oftentimes a family friend becomes a chef or a local guy becomes a chef or something.
Absolutely.
And now you're going to be privy to all that? Well, for a guy like Jai Opetaia now, who can't get fights, who a guy like Zurdo is fighting David Benavidez because there's obviously more money than and less risk than fighting Jai Opetaia.
Mm-hmm.
Jai Opetaia says, well, shit, sign me the fuck up, man. I've had enough.
Yep.
I'm 30 years old. I've been doing this for 50, whatever it is, and we just can't make it happen. These guys I'm going to try with these guys.
I had a news bit about him. Let me just skip to it.
Go ahead.
Rather than we stay on. No. I'm saying that it's his perfect setup. Jai Opetaia will return to the ring in Las Vegas on Sunday, March 8th against an opponent to be announced. So, hey, I saw him at that thing.
Uh-huh.
Did you see him at that thing? He did like a face-off with McCallion. And we said, fight McCallion and then move up. If this Zurdo thing, because of that situation with Benavidez and, him saying stuff that we thought was dumb, meaning Zurdo. Who? I never heard of him. Well, Stop. Stop the madness. I mean, he's already the man. Guys, he's the lineal guy at cruiserweight. McCallion won the WBC belt recently from Badu Jack. That's a real, it's considered a real belt. We don't consider anyone else lineal but Jai Opetaia because he has the ring belt. But he can fight McCallion. Brendan pointed out, why is this kid who's young, good looking, and hits like a mule fighting on the Gold Coast in front of 1,200 people for $100,000?
And he's done the thing where he's fought the older former champions.
Sure,
he's fought the younger guys that they want him to fight, and he's fought the throwaway defenses that he's needed to fight.
Yep.
He's traveled to fight. He's and he can't secure anything in the U.S. Yeah, this is a prime candidate for a Zuffa signing. Did you hear that Robert Garcia has had to answer a lot of questions about this stuff because apparently they're going after Bam. They threw Bam an offer.
They did, which Matchroom was, I don't. This is probably poor wording. Able to match, but I'm sure they were just like, no, we'll just give you whatever you know what I mean. No, we want to keep you. You're worth it,
right?
But they just matched it. You know what I mean?
This is kind of crazy. Like this is what they're doing. This is what PBC did in 2014.
It is.
They basically took all of Oscar's stable.
Yeah, and but to, a callback with you saying, Paul Malignaggi brought up, we're, reaffirming it. This guy who's the man in his division is fighting for peanuts. Comparatively, guys, we know that's not peanuts. It is when you could be a star or should be a star for a division that doesn't have stars.
You should be doing 7 figures.
Of course. I mean, and
been a champ for a while now.
Yeah. I mean, look, Danny Garcia got $3 million to fight Rod Salka.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're seeing now in Opetaia doing this is being like, I want $3 million to fight the cruiserweight Rod Salka,
or just anybody. I mean,
all right, Noel McCallion. I want $3 million to fight him in Vegas. He's got a belt. I'm lineal. It's a unification bout. I don't know if they want to say it. You and I believe he'll end up at heavy. There's too much money there. He's too athletic and strong. He's not tiny.
There's now a generation shifting out of.
There's a shift. There's a shift.
There's going to be an opening for a star to move into that.
And there's also a shift of every guy isn't 6'9", 275 when Fury's done and AJ's done. It'll be guys like who are big, strong guys, but they're not like, this is freakish here, where this guy's 6'9", you know what I mean?
Well, I think we're also going to start seeing a trend until it gets stopped with the smaller guys, smaller, more versatile, more athletic guys, Usyk, Crawford, Benavidez, right? Moving to a larger division to take someone on
that they have no business being at and beating them.
Yeah. So I think that now there's like this purported or like blueprint kind of thing. Like, well,
the precedent has been set.
Right.
If you're Opetaia, you have to be looking at Bud and Benavidez and saying, I can do that.
Yeah.
And I can do it with the big boys who get paid the most.
Right.
Where
And if I take a
throwaway
risk,
fights, you're getting a few mil in this division.
right? I take a risk. I bet on myself.
Sure.
I mean, look, it led to hundreds of millions of dollars in paydays for Usyk.
Yep.
And Usyk is now a bona fide heavyweight. He's in movies with The Rock.
Yes.
You know, he's a bona fide heavyweight star.
Yes.
Did you see that interview with Emily Blunt, where she was talking about like Usyk on set?
Because they did that. They're in that movie about the MMA guy, right? Where Rock plays the MMA guy. Because I that. So Usyk plays a fighter, I'm assuming.
I guess so. I don't know.
Yeah.
The movie like tanked.
Yeah.
Like awful performance.
Well, he's having he's having a really bad run of things.
It happens.
Rocky. And
Arnie had a bad run. Sly had a bad run.
Yeah.
The action stars go through that, man.
They do. And
I heard that movie's really good though, and that
I did hear
The Rock
it's good.
is really good in it, and they just got snubbed.
Friends of ours, Conan, Disco, those guys from Keeping It 100, all watched it and gave it thumbs up. Now they're MMA guys. They're like, yo, he looks like that dude. He killed it as far as acting.
Right.
So I'm thinking, Billy, you can weigh in on this too. Do you think that happens because these guys get offered $20 million a picture and they're taking bad scripts, or do you think it's backlash from the public of what's that called? Oversaturation. Where you go, I've had too much of this motherfucker.
Yes, it happened with Ben. It happened with Ben Stiller in like the mid 2000s. Like he was in every fucking movie, and then they just stopped. Like I got to stop watching this guy. Yeah,
I don't think they can take The Rock serious. I heard he did a great job in it, and the movie's called The Smashing Machine,
which is based on a documentary. Called The Smashing Machine.
I think his action movies are flopping, Billy.
Right.
Like that Black Adam, John, had like a plotted out like double trilogy, like 6 films, and they were like, abort.
Right. Well,
so is there
there's
like
live action. We'll see how live action Moana does, right, Brendan? I'm sure we'll be watching that with our kids.
So I had to watch.
I do like Moana, by the way.
I had to watch that fucking Jumanji with him and fucking Jack Black and Kevin Hart. Oh, Maron.
That was rough.
That was. I'm like, come on, my guy. Like to my son, like this is the pitch on any level here. There's dope. Look, man. Some smart person was like, I don't know, who it was, but some person was like, if I make these films well, the parents will be happy too. You know what I mean? Like Pixar makes stuff, you're like, yo, this is lit. So whenever he was wrapped up in any of them when he was little, I was like, this is lit.
Yeah.
His sister had him like watching the Frozen shit, and I was packing that up.
You don't like the little Elsa?
Yo,
I've seen
he
Frozen
was singing the
80
song.
times.
I'm like, pack this up. This too
Let
sweet
it go,
for boys.
let it go.
Get this out of here. Pack this up.
I don't know. I got girls, so
I know you do, so it's fine.
And one of them will sit through a movie, and the other one, my older one's like, she'll watch a movie, but she's not really into it. The little one will actually sit there and like watch movies. Are your kids Disney kids, Bill? Do they like Disney?
They watch just everything. I don't know, man. I got every station, every channel, everything.
10 things going on at one time. An iPad with this on there.
But I think The Rock is oversaturating the market because he's in everything.
Yeah, and selling me tequila and doing this and doing. Yeah, it is. I mean, Will Ferrell, it happened to him. He was in too much shit. And then what happens? You can't turn the stuff down.
Yeah, I mean, bro, 25 mil, 30 mil a film. You know what I mean?
Plus back end.
Of course, when you're that, and like you said, you start getting those offers. Yo, 25 mil plus points once it does this. Once it gets into this, so it's hard to say no to. But I just was say, see, I'm not going to say, oh, I'm not into action films because like stuff from our era, some of my favorite movies ever. But it didn't translate later for me.
What do you mean?
There is no like Marked for Death now.
No, dude. And I've never watched John Wick.
So they were saying how, I shouted out our guys on Keeping It 100. They were saying how ill John Wick was and how ill all the sequels were. I've never seen 10 seconds of it.
No,
dude,
me neither.
there's 3 of us in a room who have not seen a John Wick movie. I've wanted to check it out, but I just
Me
have
too.
never.
And I just, you know what
No,
happens?
see, I'm out. I don't care because I'm like, there's no way it's like.
So I'll be flipping.
No way it's like Bloodsport. There's no
I
way
love
it's like
Keanu,
Commando.
though. You gotta love Keanu.
Yeah, I love Keanu's awesome. Point Break's one of my favorite movies. That movie's awesome. Johnny Utah, so quotable. So it's so silly. Yeah, Bodie. He jumps out of an airplane and chases him in the air and then catches him, and then his bad knee lets him down.
And Bodie's like, F you, and like surfs to his death.
So the Sways?
50-year storm.
How could you not have a better cast of characters?
I'm not gonna be smart.
Anthony
a good
Kiedis
name
is in it.
He's one of the punks on the beach that
gets his foot blown off.
What's his name? Who's the dude who's like nuts now?
Busey?
Gary
Busey's
Busey.
in it.
Yeah. Utah 2.
Didn't they fucking do a remake of that?
I think there is. I don't.
See, I don't fucking want that in my life, man. And that's how I feel. It's like I'm not doing the old man yelling at the clouds.
I think we're on the same page. Like silly action movies were great. It's like
bad one-liners.
Well, like, did you know the movie Commando?
Stick around.
Don't take my friend. He's dead tired. The whole movie was a shot at Rambo. They trolled Rambo with the whole movie, and it turned out
I
to
heard
be
that,
awesome.
but I didn't know if it.
It doesn't make sense. So it's a Green Beret whose entire team is all foreign, right? It's an Australian guy is like the main villain. Like, I'm not going to shoot you between the eyes. I'm going to shoot you between the balls, John. And then he's Austrian, lives in the woods. No one knows what happened to his wife, right? But he's got to get the general who lives in a fictitious country called Valverde.
Yeah. Or Alyssa Milano was my crush.
Raydon Chong was my crush.
Oh, yeah. She was a gun.
By the way, I was talking about that movie with Tommy the other day. He brings up a
Bennett,
great point.
right? It was Bennett is the heel.
Yeah. Let off some steam, Bennett.
He puts the fucking thing through his chest.
Javelins of pipe
Let off some steam.
Bennett. He says, Tommy goes, what kind of fucking shopping mall was that? Why was there 900 security guys that all carried guns in the shopping mall?
Yeah, why do you have why do y'all have the switchies?
Right. And in that mall, they're selling like bearer bonds like under the table, and I don't even know what bearer bonds are. I just made it up.
Neither do I.
So they're
they say that in those movies.
Yeah, like they're in like the bar, they're all smoking in the bar, and it's in a mall.
Aren't there bonds in Beverly Hills Cop when the white drone helps him? He's like, they're bonds. I'm like, what is
there's bearer bonds. Yeah, like
is that even real?
It was how many millions of Deutschmarks was the plot for Die Hard?
Right.
You know?
Right.
Be on a beach counting 20%.
Right.
I can quote all these movies, by the way.
Me too.
I saw them all.
This is crazy. Adam Azim versus Gustavo Lemos is off due to both men picking up injuries in camp.
Shit.
Lemos injured his hand first, and then Azim was set to face Nair Albright as a replacement, in which I thought was the better fight than Lemos, because Nair Albright, as guys, if you have listened since the beginning,
he's doing well.
I'm always championing him. He's from Jersey, but he's a Philly fighter. For
South Jersey, trains in Philly.
Yeah. Now Azim suffered a hand injury. Look, he's young, but he needs to be busy. I hope it's not serious. I hope
that sucks.
Yeah. I hope he's back within a reasonable time, meaning like 6-8 weeks soon. It is unlikely at this point that Bam Rodriguez's next fight is for Undisputed, because per sources, the IBF has ordered the champion Willibaldo Garcia to defend his super flyweight title against the mandatory Andrew Maloney next. The pair have
who's fighting Maloney?
Willibaldo Garcia, who has the belt. So this kid's got another title shot. The pair have until February 20th to reach a deal. A step-aside agreement can be worked out with Maloney or Garcia, or with Maloney. Or Garcia can request an exemption for Undisputed anytime before the IBF calls purse bids. You got to do that, man. You got to do that.
Get out of the way.
Get out of here. Pack you up.
Just going to lose.
This Saturday's Xander Zayas Abbas Barao unification bout will stream live on Top Rank Classics because Top Rank still does
Tubi.
not have a TV deal.
So Tubi, you'll be able to catch that, right?
Yes, and what did we say before? Roku and something else. But guys,
Pluto?
Tubi's free. Yeah, I think you're right. Card begins at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and the main event is scheduled for 10 p.m., which should avoid a clash with Stevenson and Lopez.
So they're going to try to do so this is what I heard. I heard this the other day, that they're going to literally wait till that fight is over, and then
I heard the same thing.
Go, guys. So
I heard the same thing.
I hope that they don't get cold waiting. You know, that's kind of weird, but I guess they're going to treat it like they're on the same card, I guess.
Yeah, they're going to treat it like, look, man.
Do you think that's a mistake?
I don't know, because I don't want to contradict this sentiment of 200 plus episodes of us saying this fucking sport cuts its nose despite its face. It shoots itself in the foot. I mean, realistically, what you and I think is this shouldn't even be
on the same day.
On the same day. I don't want to see this be on the same day, and then the first weekend in February, there's
precisely.
Now.
Hold on. What I meant was, okay, you've sure run into this in your line of work.
Yeah.
You look at the lineup of like a festival, right?
Sure.
And you go, well, fuck, they put me on after such and such. You know what I mean? Like, the fuck, what time am I going on?
Yes.
And it's like, I'm going on at 12:30.
How about I go directly? Let's go head on with this, Brendan. I was in Vancouver, so that's West Coast time, right? 3 hours difference than us. The night of the debacle between Mayweather and Conor McGregor, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going, what city am I in? Is Vancouver an MMA place? Is this such a shit show that regardless if you're into MMA or boxing, you're going to watch it? Should I talk to the promoter? And should I go on, meaning I perform, after that fight ends?
So you thought it was going to affect ticket sales based on the fact that people would be at a bar or somewhere else watching the fight?
Look, the pre-sales were good. So I'm going, well, that means should I just wait for everyone and give them time to come here? Because
what was the end result?
If that was over, so if that's over at, say, 12 o'clock East Coast time, and it's 9 out there, you know what I mean? But you know how it is, B. The more legit, by legit, you know what I mean. I don't know if everyone's going to listen. We don't have time to explain that. But the more legit a venue, the earlier the shows are going to be there. You know what I mean? When if it's some grimy club in one of the boroughs, yeah, you could go in at 1 a.m.
Right. They don't care.
Yeah. If it's
they want to get you out to start selling drinks and to get like 2 nights in, correct?
Depending on the venue. On the venue. If it's a venue that's like a theater, no, that's not it at all. They're just like, we want to go home by 11.
Right.
That's the curfew.
Or
we're in a neighborhood where there's a sound ordinance. Right. This has to be fucking completely shut down 11:30. There's venues, I can name them because it's not slurring them, where I'm looking at a clock on stage where there's a timer. The main big venue
gets the light
in Stockholm, Sweden, there's a clock while I'm on stage. So
what I was actually going at was, why not Xander Zayas and Abbas Barao, right? Okay, they're not the biggest names in the world.
No.
Right?
No.
No one outside of us knows who those guys are, really. And of course the listeners and, boxing heads, right? Certainly not household names.
No.
Why not put them on at 2:00 in the afternoon, right? Like any other sport would do, right? So if you have a full day of basketball, NBA playoffs, right? Starts in the afternoon, goes into the evening. The NFL, baseball, right, Vin?
Look, the AFC.
If they're in two different, they don't compete with each other, and
the AFC Championship's on at 3. The NFC Championship's on at 6:30. You know, if it goes late and runs over a little bit, so be it. It's going over.
Every Sunday, football's on at 1 and 4.
Yep.
Right.
And then there's a night game.
And then the night game.
And then there's a Monday game. And there's a Thursday game. But they figure out a way to not compete. And there's many games that are competing. And you can watch them all on Red Zone. They're not going to put games of the week against each other.
And again, I'm not saying this to razz you. I know you like the fights on late at night.
I know you're not. You make no, bro. But we grew up with Wide World of Sports.
But every other sport goes on in the daytime. So look, is it Xander Zayas and Abbas Barao is a perfect dayside fight? They are not. You got guys. Look, you got guys juiced up for fights that night, right?
Yep.
Why not throw something on the day, especially a guy who you want to be a star in Xander Zayas?
Look, it's on the island, a beautiful island that has nightlife. So let people go out and have a blast after their guy unifies, you know, assuming it goes well for him. But you know what I mean? There. It's
of course.
It's low hanging fruit.
I just think it would be dope if Xander Zayas wins. It happens during the day, and then they cut to him watching these fights at night. You know what I mean? Like,
it's great.
At his fight party, holding a belt over his shoulder.
Yep.
Whatever. The optics of it are cool.
It is. I agree. It's a question we keep asking when we're clearly not going to get any answers.
So now they have to sit and wait. And so if you're an audience,
correct.
So Vin, if you're the audience now,
you're in Vegas.
No, if you're the audience in Puerto Rico.
Oh well, I think wouldn't it be the other way around? Shouldn't Teo?
They're not waiting for a Tubi fight before they go on. It's a way bigger fight. From what I heard, Zayas Barao is going to wait till those fights are over and then fight.
See, I'm hearing that the main event is scheduled for 10 p.m.
Right, but I think this card in New York is going to go quick, and I think they're going to schedule it. What time does that start?
I'll bet they're walking out at 11:15ish.
Either this is not going to get the eyes on it they think it's going to do.
Which one?
Xander Zayas and Abbas Barao.
They don't even have a fucking TV deal.
Right, it's on Tubi.
If they threw this for free at you on ESPN, just the percentage of people scrolling by it that used to love boxing would have stopped and watched it. You think some old cranky guy, right, is going to figure out how to watch this on Tubi?
No, of course not.
Sick maniacs like us. This next one is this. So there's no limit in Australia. This is how they worded this next bit of news. Okay. So don't say, yo, Vinny didn't articulate that properly. I don't know what he's talking about. Because this is how they put it out there.
Okay.
No limit need to discuss their fight schedule with broadcasters, Fox Sport, before they can proceed with plans to match the junior middleweights Tim Tszyu and Errol Spence. So that's the fight that No Limit and PBC wants to make. Spence and Tim Tszyu.
Okay.
And what that means as far as broadcasters and fight schedule, I guess that's almost guaranteeing that's a fight in Australia, no? Or why would they even bother? It would be an Amazon Prime PBC problem, if not, no?
I guess so.
Right?
Yeah.
Per both camps, a deal has been made for Frank Sanchez, Richard Torres Jr., IBF heavyweight final eliminator, and purse bid scheduled on Tuesday is canceled. The bout is likely to take place March 28th on the undercard of the rescheduled Fundora Thurman PBC on Prime pay-per-view, which is still insane that that's a pay-per-view.
So another top rank guy leased
on
out.
PBC, yep.
Okay.
And still no deal in sight. Lastly, in news, Daniel Dubois' manager has revealed that they are trying to make a bout between Daniel Dubois and Big Bang Zhang. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not really sure what a lot of these heavyweight guys are doing with the fights where there's a handful of guys that are really good that could fight each other. You know?
Guess someone gets this knocked the fuck out again.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, guys. On Friday night on Paramount Plus, the first Zuffa card, which you know people are using some strong some hyperbole that I don't think was hyperbole. Where this is one of the biggest days ever, and this is historic. I heard historic.
You mean Max was saying that?
I heard historic.
Max is really like
he's horny for this, and yeah, I don't.
Pretty clear he learned from getting shit canned by ESPN that he needs to bow to his masters at Zuffa.
I mean,
it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
His view of this is certainly not ours. Paramount Plus, the Meta Apex in Vegas, as we mentioned, Max Kellerman, Joe Tessitore, Andre Ward, Skipper Kelp, who just sounds
who is
like
that?
Who is he had Skipper some fights Kelp? Before, and then as a boxer, and then went to MMA. Remember when Howard Stern would make fun of radio DJs and do that? Hey, everybody!
Yeah.
He didn't do that voice. That's what Skipper Kelp sounds like. That voice when he's giving his scorecard. Look, a guy named Troy Nash, 5-0, started things off. Everyone he's fought has been undefeated except his first fight. So he fought Jacob Ramos, 4-0. Featherweights B. I've never in my life seen two fighters with this few fights between them and an opening bout be fought at this level. And I'm going back to like Don King cards. I never see two high level guys with so little fights. I had it 57-57 in a really good tough fight in the first fight ever on Zuffa. All three judges had it wide for Troy Nash, which I didn't see, and sort of set a precedent for this weekend, which means you were going to get into a fight about. Mm-hmm. But guys, if you missed it, Troy Nash, Jacob Ramos, two undefeated young kids with 9 fights between the two of them, just at such a high level. I never saw this. Floyd Diaz, 13-0, coming off a long layoff. What no one said, he was arrested last year in Vegas for driving a stolen car while having a gun illegally. So they just keep mentioning this year layoff, but no one's saying why, mentioning that's why.
Sounds like
versus Guillermo Gutierrez, 13-2 is 118 pounds. Diaz is one of those little kids that got a bunch of social media attention from videos on the pads and all that, all that shit.
Yeah.
It's just looking 14 fights.
Wasn't his girl training him at some point?
Him? That's what, okay. Yeah, what was his nickname? That stupid nickname.
Cashflow.
Yeah. Look, I've yet to be impressed by him. This was no different. Again, judges had wide cards, but I thought it was close. So I'm already starting to go, uh-oh. Well, who?
He got locked up? Is that what happened? Did he get?
I don't know.
Did he do time in camp?
I don't know. I just, they said, they kept mentioning this long layoff. I'm like, yeah, it's that fucking moron who got clipped in a fucking hot car and had the blick. What do you mean, a layoff? Omar Trinidad, 19-0 versus Max Orneas, 17-2-1, 126. Look, regardless of the level of fighters, all the fights on this card were evenly matched. That's what they were selling, and I can't say they were wrong. Ornelas down once in round 2, twice in round 3. At one point, I think his shoulder popped out, and they just popped it back in, and he kept going. In the 10th, Thomas Teller waved it off because his arm was basically preventing him from defending himself. No problems there. Julian Rodriguez versus Cain Sandoval. There was the sense that this could be the fight of the night. These two were slinging. Pressure fighter versus boxer puncher, which we're going to talk about as well later. Sandoval was trying to turn this into a fight. Rodriguez was trying to prevent that. While they were each trying to dictate their own pace, they were both getting some really good work done. Rodriguez has heavy hands. Sandoval kept coming forward. They traded brutal shots in the 7th. That's going to be up in there for round of the year at the end of 2026. It'll be there. Really good, tough, fun fight. Judges had it 99-91 twice and 98-92. Those are too wide for me. Julian Rodriguez did well with the guy like Kane Sandoval, putting constant pressure on him for 10 rounds. Look, 3 of the first 4 fights, I'm going, these cards aren't right. Misael, I don't mean they were wrong, but they're too close. Misael Rodriguez, 2016 Olympian, 15-0 versus Austin Deanda, 17-0. These guys are middleweights. Rodriguez was dominating after the 4th round. Deanda said he was seeing double. I think he wanted out of there. That's my opinion. Either way, TKO win for Misael Rodriguez. I'm not sold on him being special or even a future champion, but he might be fun. Main event, guys. Callum Walsh versus Carlos Ocampo. Hey, look, guys, Callum Walsh just isn't that good.
No.
He's not what they hoped he was going to be.
He's handsome.
Yeah.
This is what he is. He's a handsome, athletic, white guy, blonde hair and blue eyes that looked marketable, looked the part. They jumped all over him, and he was the UFC Fight Pass marquee guy trying to fight him in New York. And I was never impressed. I didn't know what they saw. I had, he just, guys, this is what's going to happen when this is the ceiling for him. He's not going to get any better. They want him to get better. The commentators who are new to this promotion don't really know too much about him. So of course they're just going to go what's fed to them before they actually see him. Talk about how good he does, blah, 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 blah. But there's no real research done. And Walsh is what he is. He's good. He's not great. Like Vinny said, he's not that good. He's certainly not going to carry your promotion. And I think that they thought he would.
There's just things where I can't imagine looking at him from the standpoint of, say, an Andre Ward, who was there.
What I was going to say was, I don't. This is what a promotional outfit like Matchroom, Top Rank, and even Golden Boy, even PBC to an extent, because PBC has has Tom Brown as either their matchmaker and their fighter development guy, right?
Yeah.
Part of being a promoter is recognizing talent, recognizing what you can do with that talent, then properly matching that talent, especially in the beginning. And nobody matches anybody better than Top Rank. It's the best matchmakers in the business. With that said, it's not like they're matching Walsh where, in super tough or where Ocampo's 2 losses, we talked about it, were by first round knockout, first round blitz.
Blitzed, and he got. Did he take from Dora the distance, but just get beat up over 12?
Got beat up, yeah. So
he got packed up twice early. Look, everyone that's beat him, really good fighters blow him out or completely.
But this is
dominated.
the issue we've seen when other people try to step into boxing. Rock Nation, 50 Cent.
Yeah.
They're not there for the fighter development part. They're not there to curate that fighter from when they're 15, 16 years old, right? And then see that guy through. We just talked 2 episodes ago about Virgil Ortiz, and we said that Golden Boy was really his only professional promoter. He's been promoted by Golden Boy since 2016. So again, Golden Boy is a huge stake in him. And they bear a huge responsibility in his development and should get credit for his development and how he's been handled. Now you have Callum Walsh. Who recognized the talent? Who thought that this guy was going to be, the anchor for your promotional outfit? Has he peaked and they didn't see that? Admittedly, on my end, I really only started to watch Callum Smith when he came to UFC Fight Pass. So I didn't watch him in the amateurs. I don't know, where did they find him? Why did they think he's good? But again,
I caught him fighting in the United Kingdom maybe 5 fights ago.
This is promoter shit 101, though. Like that and every promoter is guilty of this. We're going to get an ethnic guy. In this case, he's Irish, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to sell him and hope he sells out places like New York.
Well, that's what I wanted to. That's what I wanted to ask you. I continue and continue and continue. It's dead horse, right? With Vito Milnicki. Do they see something like that? Do they see a great white hope? Do they see less talented Ricky Hatton thing where it's like it'll be crazy? They'll
well, I mean, I don't think they weren't. He wasn't headlining Milnicki. You know what I mean? Like Callum Walsh is headlining the first Zuffa boxing event. You know what I mean? Like he was, the darling of those UFC Fight Pass things. Milnicki was in terms of his ethnicity and his Jersey boy thing, the gimmick.
Yeah.
Mid-carder, right? Opening up cards. Hopefully, I think they felt if he could improve, they may have a marquee guy. And I still think they do. To the extent, though, and yes, okay, I'll give you that. I'll agree with that. Callum Walsh, though, it just seems like here is the ethnic, name the ethnicity, you know what I mean? And we're going to get that guy's country and ancestors behind him. And we'll make a bundle. And Callum Smith just ain't it. He's just not the guy. So, I don't know. I wasn't impressed. I honestly, in terms of being a headliner, he's a mid to lower card guy.
I'm not trying to see. I'm not going to be excited for him to fight. I don't care. No. He fought the Vargas, stunk that out, stunk this out. Look, if he's fighting at 154, I don't know, or 60, if they're still at that point where they don't know where they're really going to push, he's fucking food at 54.
Yeah. No,
and dude. I don't care how fucking much we say, oh, like 60's barren now. Okay. Yo, Alam Hanala, Adames, an old ladder, they'll destroy this fucking kid.
Yeah.
So I don't know where they think he's gonna go. Because
he's
dead at 54.
I don't really need to see him anymore.
I don't either.
Anyway, he won.
Saturday night, The Zone, Fontainebleau, Las Vegas.
Fontainebleau.
Zaquin Moses, who is Shakur's cousin, right? We've seen him, 3 times already?
I saw him live.
6 pro fight. That's what I mean. We've seen him a few times now.
Mm-hmm.
5-0, 3 KOs. Leandro Medina, 7-2-1. Tough guy, 130. Took him 6 rounds. That's good for Zaquin Moses, going a few rounds. Blowing everyone out at a young age, you're not going to learn, He's very self-aware for a kid. It's 20 years old. He said, no, it was good. It was good that this guy was tough, figure some things out. He's got all the natural talent. I don't know.
He's good.
I'm not seeing anything to go to, to even say, oh, a couple more might be a passy prospect. I just see a super athletic kid that's naturally gifted. That means nothing.
Probably been around the gym his whole life.
His whole life.
Yeah.
Omari Jones.
What'd you think about this?
Look, 2024 Olympian, 4-0, 4 KOs. More importantly, a passy prospect. First Jerome Baxter, 7-0, 3 KOs. Look, he's trained by Paul Spadafora. You don't even see Paulie there. I mean, is this just another? I don't want to go down that road. Paul, look, man. When we're talking on air, Brendo, on the porch recording a podcast, is, with the exception of Edwin Valero, who actually died, will it be Paulie Spadafora as like the greatest what if of our generation?
Could be. Yeah.
Baxter gets hurt by a short left hook early in the first, then gets dropped by a jab towards the end of the round. This kid's jab is that power jab. Miguel Cotto, Triple G. I can tell Brandon's got some criticism, so I'll finish and let him take it over.
No. It's go ahead.
He can fight going downhill, fight off the back foot and pick you apart, pick your poison, which I'd love to see. Jerome Baxter ate some big shots and hung around, kept coming forward. To me, look, you could go, nah, he should have packed him up. This is 6 good, solid rounds for Omari
That's what I was
Jones.
going to say.
I had a shutout with an additional point for the knockdown. All 3 judges had it the same. I don't change my view of Omari Jones. It doesn't help for you to get just, hot knife through butter with people. You need someone to get up after a knockdown and go,
Sure.
you know what? I'm here to fucking win, man. I don't know how to lose.
Well, because that's what it's going to be like. When you step up through competition, these guys get up. That's why they're there. That's why they're ranked in the top 20.
Is. Eddie and is Kevin Rooney's son Kevin Rooney Jr.? Or is he? Okay. I don't think Kevin Rooney Jr. is in a rush with Zaquin Moses and Omari Jones to do the Lomachenko thing that we critique on this show, and we're about to get into it with the main event. And we'll cover that. Did they do it? As I'm saying, they're not in a rush to do it. Did they do it? We're gonna get to it in
they're not
90 seconds.
This will be a more traditional upbringing.
Yeah. Look, man, Omari Jones is young and he's really good.
He's very good.
Where do you think they are gonna put him when he's doing this catchweight thing at every fight? He weighed in at 151. So are they trying to get him ready for 54 or to drop to 47?
But that's probably where the money is at the time. And that's common. That's common.
No, I know it's common, but when you're a guy that has this, look,
they're not going to. It'll be dropped.
He's the real deal. This kid.
Then it'll be. It usually goes lower.
Agreed.
Yeah. Agreed. And then of course, like when.
I'm going to tell you why I'm asking, because those guys, and whenever we say those guys, we mean the pundit / announce team guys. They were trying to imply 54, and I'm going, no. He'd be coming in at like 156 or 57 if he was going to fight at 154.
I mean,
they're not killing him to make weight now because he doesn't need to.
They're going to look where the best opportunity is, right? And that's where he'll fight. And he's a tweener right now, so they'll figure it out.
47 is wide open now, and will be if you're this kid.
But he's 6-0, so they're going to want to get 14, 15 fights there before.
One thing you talked about last year is you wanted to see him a bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know that 4 in a year is good enough. I think 6 to 8 is what you wanted. I'd like to see him fight. I don't know if we even
see it. Yeah, but do we see that anymore?
Me
and you just waxing nostalgic when we say that?
No. Yes.
Right.
Yes, we are waxing nostalgic. But I mean, look, man. Yeah. So this kid's going to have 8 pro fights after 2 years? That's crazy.
That's crazy. And again, not one human activity you do less of and get better at. Activity means something. Activity matters. Again, 6 rounds is great for him. That's what I was going to say. So I don't have to say anything more about that.
All right. So guess what? Right. So guess what? We had an amazing, a really good, high-level main event on this card, right? I'm most interested on your views about what we're about to touch on right now. Maybe because it's one of our guys, or maybe because there's just intrigue. Israel Madrimov. 10-2-1. Former WBA champion. Gave Bud Crawford all he could handle. Gave Virgil Ortiz all he could handle. In my opinion, this guy's the best 10-2 guy in the world. There's that other guy we talked about with 4 losses, and all 4 of his losses, we go, all 4 of them can be wins.
Yeah.
And they're all against good guys. I forget who it is right now. It's one of the Eastern Bloc guys. Look, also, just to add on, in my opinion, he gave Bud Crawford his best fight. Bud Crawford says it was Yoriokas Gamboa. Me, as a spectator, I think Israel Madrimov did the best against Bud. This is my opinion. Look, this guy had pneumonia. He's seeing specialists. He's traveling around the world. I don't know if it's if you ask me, we and you are not fucking doctors, even though your parents in the medical field. I don't know. This might be long-term COVID. But these guys flying around to different continents, and they're going, we don't know. It's like a pneumonia, but we don't know.
It's like
a guy's pneumonia. A year layoff. He had 2 surgeries. Look, this is something you and I cover a couple times a year. When you expect a guy to get destroyed, like we expected Luis Salazar to get destroyed, and he hangs around a little bit, The tendency is not to just give them more credit than they deserve. It's to give them way more credit than they deserve.
Sure.
I gave Israel Madrimov every round, but this was supposed to look easier than it was, I guess. This was not Israel.
He didn't look like he stepped on
Madrimov.
the gas at all. He just kind of.
Well, this was not him at 100%. His team said it. He said it. Eddie said it. He actually had Luis Salazar out on his fucking feet in the 10th.
Yeah.
And he hung on. I had 100 to 89 for Madrimov. All three judges had it 99 to 91. Talk to me about this. How much of this is it a year? How much do you believe
I don't have a
that
problem
he's not
with
100%?
So similar to a prospect, a guy coming off of 2 losses and illness, I don't have a problem. I have no problem with the way that this fight turned out, except the fact that I picked it wrong.
Well, when you listen, let me say something. Let me say something real quick, B. Real quick to build off this and then throw it back to you. I kept saying, "Yo, this is how good Madrimov is. Let's get him in with one of these guys. You go, give this guy a break.
Right.
Let this guy, let this guy just fight a capable guy, but that's not a killer." When they say he's still not 100%, I don't feel myself. Do you believe all that, or do you believe?
I believe it.
Okay.
I believe it.
All right.
I think get him in there, get him back in 3 months. Put him in there with a little bit. They have to build him.
Look, Ramadan, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Ramadan's next month, bro. So,
all right, so
every Muslim fighter that's on Dean is going to come back around March, April.
Get him back then. Get him 3 fights this year. And build him. Just like you got to build Amari Jones, you have to rebuild Israel Madrimov.
Well, guess what? I'm hearing that he is fucking up next if that Virgil Ortiz Boots falls apart for Boots Ennis. I'm hearing Boots Israel Madrimov next if that doesn't happen soon.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
All right,
I know.
What about the next fight?
Khalil Coe, Jesse Hart.
What about this fight?
Let me ask you something.
What about this fucking fight?
Khalil Coe missing weight by 8 pounds should be talked about a bit more.
Khalil Coe.
I don't know.
Get rid of this guy.
Can we pack him up?
Now, he quit in Philly, right? Came back and got a TKO.
And we bigged him up for that win.
Now he's body slamming. He's body slamming your mom's friend in the ring here. Okay, he's real disrespectful. I think they robbed
I gotta
Jesse.
think you had no means of intention of making the weight, right? At 8 pounds, you couldn't have had any intention of ever making it,
especially at this weight. 8 fucking pounds, bro. 8 pounds.
183, bro. And Jesse Hart's a 68 guy for his whole career. Let's be honest. Even though he's a big kid.
Get rid of Khalil Coe. I don't want to see him on my TV anymore. Pack him up.
Look, Jesse Hart dominating the first 4 rounds. A point was deducted for throwing. You know what I mean? So I got him down, Jesse Hart up massively after that with 4 rounds and a point. Started to fade a bit. Cole got himself back into the fight a little bit, but single shots. But they were eye-catching. So I'm saying, we weren't texting, but I'm saying, are they like, a boop, boop?
Yeah.
Is that getting him back into this? Sergio Mora felt the same way. Khalil Coe does absolutely nothing in the final 2 rounds where he could have, done.
No, I don't see how Jesse Hart didn't get the win here.
I had it 95-93 for Jesse Hart, and I'm done with Khalil Coe.
I fired
missed weight by 8 pounds, fought with zero urgency. Pack him up via KEOTB.
He's out. He's on the island. Remember we used to put people on the island?
Yeah.
We haven't sent
judges had it
somebody
94-94, 95-93, and 96-92 for Khalil Coe. Pack those 2 judges up.
Yeah, I don't see how they came to the conclusion with that.
Main event. Raymond Muratalla.
Yeah.
Versus Andy Cruz.
Hashtag no Loma.
What a fight. What a fight. That's what B wrote me. Look, guys, you rarely see people slinging the dogs at a high level where there's just real high level shit going on with high IQs, but they're slinging. It's rare. Go ahead, man. You're chomping.
Muratalla is he
good.
looks he's good, and he looks exactly like my nephew, and it was bothering me. Like, I'm watching it and I'm going like, and they have a very similar monotone, give you nothing personality, but very intelligent.
I don't know your nephew, but Raymond Muratalla's got a personality of a wet sock.
Well,
Can they do something over there with this kid so he can be a star?
I don't want to. I don't want to besmirch my nephew on my podcast, but this sort of response to things. Excuse me, what did you say?
Oh, here it comes.
Besmirch him. Do it.
Do it. Do it.
Besmirch.
Do it.
I'll send you a picture of my nephew. They look. I mean, it is. My nephew doesn't wear cornrows or anything, but they look. It's so similar. It's bothersome.
Every now and then you'll get you know, a kid where you go, it'll be a white kid. Is that kid Spanish? A light-skinned black kid. Is that kid Dominican? You know what? They're ethnically ambiguous sometimes. Raymond Muratalla doesn't have the traditional features of a Mexican kid. He looks like a kid that lives in Washington Heights.
Right.
And they hear like a slight Cali accent, and he's Mexican-American. You know what I mean? Like, he could easily be a Boricua kid that fights out of Gleason's.
Sure.
Which is actually, markability-wise, great for him. Because Cali will hold him down. The Mexicanos will hold him down. The Mexicano-Americans will hold him down. You know what I mean? And people that look like you gravitate towards you. Look, Muratalla coming forward and having success. Andy Cruz countering and having success. Trading big shots. Muratalla would win a round, then Andy Cruz would win the next round. But the optics worried me because, well, I'm saying worried me. I'm just thinking scores, you know? Are these guys going to, you know? Muratalla was coming downhill the entire fight. So despite elite
puts
defense,
a lot of pressure on, cuts the ring off well.
And it's smart, smart pressure.
Great jab. When he doubled, like what you always call for, 2 jabs. Yeah, he definitely fights up and down the competition.
We're clearly seeing that.
2 jabs and a cross, does well. His left hook is excellent. Again, Robert Garcia from the corner is saying, you know, put punches together, not just one. No. Just want to point something out here. I said this to you via text. I don't know how to word this without, because I don't think he's a bad trainer. I think he's still learning on the job in terms of high level training. Bozy at Ennis. This is not the first time we've opined that he's been outcoached.
It isn't.
He was.
And there's no shame in getting outcoached by
Robert
Garcia. But
Robert Garcia is. I mean, is there a better trainer in boxing right now? I mean,
we're going January 2026. I can't. No,
he's just
certainly not one that's jumping out at me.
So I just heard that his boxing gym, because they had moved from the one that they had, you've seen on Showtime and HBO.
Yeah, the Garcia Boxing Academy. So they moved it from that.
It's in a shopping mall.
Okay,
like a shopping mall,
like Mayweather Boxing Club. It's in
I think with the malls dying, like the shopping malls dying, they're giving good deals to tenants. Like my old gym, like my workout gym, was in a mall. Like it was in the local mall here, but the whole mall went dead, and everybody lost their lease, so there's no more mall left. The building's it's going to be an Amazon center. But anyway, you had Cruz winning. I had Muratalla winning. A judge
I did not have him winning. I had it a draw.
You draw. Oh, okay. Right, you had it 14-14.
Look, what I feared came to fruition as far as 2 of the scorecards. A judge had it 114-114. That's what I had it. Tim Cheatham had it 118-110. Pack him up. Pack him. Get out of here.
He just lives up to his name.
Cheatham. He really does. We've said it before.
Tim
Steve
Cheatham.
Weisfeld had 116-112. I think that's what you had it.
That's how I had it.
Look, I watched the fight 3 times.
Okay.
I scored a 114. I then said, if you only appreciate come forward guys and don't understand the art of countering and boxing, quite frankly, watch it from that perspective. I could get it to 115, 113, Raymond Muratalla. That's the second time. Then I went back and said, strip that like away and score it the way you did the first time. And I came to the exact same card the first time. There is no way that you can get this more than 7-5 for Ray Muratalla. So I think 116, 112.
I think he faded. I faded in the last in the final rounds.
So you believe that there were 8 clear rounds for Raymond Muratalla?
I didn't watch it 3 times. You're bugging. And let's talk about your prediction. He's gonna beat him up.
Listen,
no.
When a fucking
you were adamant that he was gonna kick Raymond Muratalla's ass. Put some respect on Raymond Muratalla's name.
Look, what would I rather have? That be right, or a fucking really good fight from 2 really good guys fought at a high level? I'll take that every time.
Do you want a rematch?
Talk your shit.
You want a rematch?
Your shit.
I'm talking my shit.
Immediately.
Where does each guy go? Who? Let's talk about this. Raymond Muratalla calls out. This is puzzling to me. This fight was at 35, correct?
Yeah, he goes, I want the honor of this fight. Nah, man.
Of the 140. And no one said, well, what about just remaining at 35 and defending? Because now he got the belt. Well, we say email champ, right? We've borrowed that and we've used it, right?
Yeah.
He didn't win that belt off of anybody.
No.
Right? It was a vacant belt. He was the interim in the elevator.
It was Lomachenko. When Lomachenko retired, it became vacant. And
he beat someone for that?
No.
He was the interim and they gave it to him, right?
Correct.
Okay. Am I saying that properly?
He didn't win it in the ring, is what we're trying to state.
So
he did not win that.
He said Andy Cruz should move down to 130.
Correct.
I don't know if I agree with that. Andy Cruz's mouth was open from the 4th round on. I don't know if a weight cut would do him any favors. I also don't think Andy Cruz should do the look away after you get punched thing, like it doesn't hurt. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do, but I think that
then get punched again and again and again.
That kind of stuff is like, I don't know if you can take away who someone is as a person. Forget as a fighter. That's clearly who he is as the tongue out, sticking out when you land a nice shot, the turn the other way and talk to a commentator. I don't know that that's something you can change in the gym unless you get your fucking head flown from doing it. And then
hey, there's a chance you lost a fight by doing that. But again, I've said this. I'll keep saying it. A 6-0, even though he's 30, a 6, which by the way, I think that's the reason for the sense of urgency. I didn't realize he was 30. Did you? Until fight night, we didn't mention it last episode. I thought he was younger than Muratalla.
I remember us before being like, how do I word this? What we said, like, not they better because we don't make match me, but like, yo, are they going to move this guy mad quick to a title because he's 28, meaning like he was 28 turning, you know what I mean? Like, it's like.
So they are.
How long do you have there? Because my personal feeling is that 28 to 32 is when everything is clicking. That's just, again, it's my opinion. Everything is clicking. Intellectually, physically, your ring, everything is all cylinders. So if we're going on that, to me, he's like got 2 calendar years left. So was it too? Look, I don't think it's like, oh, it's 6-0, this and this and that. It's like, it might be that when he never went, he never went past 6, I don't think, bro.
Right. All right. So Muratalla wanted to fight Floyd Schofield, right? Wasn't that
Yeah, I think so.
He didn't want this fight.
Correct.
So why is he not saying, I'll just fight
Floyd Schofield?
it's Schofield, right? I always do this. I fuck this up.
It's me.
Also, Abdullah Mason is in this division.
With the WBO belt.
With a belt. Why are you calling out? You just won the biggest fight of your career. As a headliner, you're calling out the guys that won for. I don't know. That didn't make sense to me. But you know what made sense to me was my prediction.
Get out of here.
Right, Bill? Bill, how'd you do this weekend?
That's why you're a bozo. You're talking when I gave him 2 winners. So
I bet the overs.
Don't get sore at me.
I like this. You're just betting the overs on a parlay. Jerk. It was nice. It was nice.
It was nice. What'd you do? What did you buy with your winnings?
We're gonna let it ride, baby.
He kept
that's it.
We got
put it back into the kitty.
We had NFL games happening. We got all kinds of.
Jesus Christ.
We got a Super Bowl coming up.
Right.
Sixers are on every other night. Shit, yep. I might start betting the Flyers.
Right.
Oh, let's go, baby.
Now, how does hockey get interesting in terms of betting? Is it just?
I never bet.
It has to work like baseball, right?
That's what I was going to ask.
And
baseball is weird, right?
It's mad weird.
I used to bet in baseball, like the over/under of the pitchers' strikeouts, and parlay that with like the money line winner of the depending who the pitcher was.
I remember there being lines on how many innings the starter would pitch.
Right.
So if you had a gun, be like, yo, take Greg Maddux in the over every time because the guy's gonna give you 7, 8 innings. You know what I mean? Like,
and I'm a homer better, so I'll bet the Phillies. So I was doing like Aaron Nola.
See, I just
over
get like
6
anxiety
strikeouts. Phillies
listening
win.
to that.
Well, imagine me, B, because when there's not big cards, Brendan, with odds out, like Thursday's episode, there's going to be a lot of those odds out for us to talk to Billy about. You know what I mean? But like, imagine I'm like, yeah, I like the over in Khalil Cohen, Jesse Hart.
Right.
And I love the over in Cruz Muaratoldya. And I'm like, yo, someone going to get clipped. This fucking Khalil Cole comes in 8 pounds overweight. I'm like, he's going to be fat and get clipped.
Bill, with betting for me and the listeners, if so, when that happens, is it still like, is the bet still live even though the guy comes in 8 pounds heavy? Like,
I didn't
and now the belt's not on the line. Like, you can't lose the belt. Only Hart can win the belt. Is there?
That's going to have to be a question for the Knockies, who maybe are a little more in tune than I am.
I guess if they ring walk, get in the ring, it's still a fight, right?
The odds might change after the weigh-in.
Oh, right. So it would be a day before.
Right.
So anyway, I think that wraps it up, right?
It does. Where can they find you, B?
At the Killer B24 on Twitter, at Brendan Long, KEOTB on IG. Find us on IG at KEOTB Boxing. We are KEOTB Podcast on YouTube. Please like and subscribe and write us at KEOTBboxing@gmail.com.
I'm at BoxCutterPazzi on Instagram. At Vinnie_Paz on Twitter. JMT Store for all merch and music needs. Billy, say goodnight.
Good night, Billy.